We have been joined by Mujibur Rahman, editor of NPR, live from Washington, D.C. Welcome to Pakistan TV.
Thank you for having me, and hello to you and all your listeners and viewers.
Sir, now in your opinion, what role is the United States expected to play in reducing the tensions with Iran?
Thank you again. The United States, being the most influential partner or party, it has like everything is in their hands. It depends all on what they do next to just reduce tensions first, because Iran's been complaining even today. In one of the attacks, it killed 18 people, and then the whole death toll today is 31. There are also reports of U.S. and Israel striking their nuclear facilities, which Iran is not happy about. So you cannot attack and promote diplomacy at the same time. So the U.S. has a very important role to play here because it has to initiate and lead the diplomatic negotiations. It has already proposed a comprehensive peace plan that includes demands such as limiting Iran's nuclear program, reducing its missile capabilities, and ending support for armed groups in the region. Secondly, it must balance military pressure with diplomacy, which it is doing, but it seems very disproportionate at the same time. They're moving thousands of troops into the Middle East. While it has been involved in military action alongside Israel, it is also engaging in indirect talks, like through Pakistan, and Turkey, and Egypt, mainly Pakistan. So this dual strategy is meant to push Iran toward negotiations while avoiding a prolonged war. And we don't know what happens next. The length of the war has created so much uncertainty that the oil prices it hit all times high, like since the war began, $112 a barrel, and the stocks are falling. So it's the Trump administration here is really under pressure, and they have to lead and use its global influence, especially over allies like Israel, to help create an environment that is favorable for diplomacy.
Now, how might the quadrilateral meeting taking place in Islamabad help support the peace negotiations between the U.S. and Iran?
That's a key question, because it is very important to take the leaders of the region in confidence. One key role is like countries like Pakistan, Turkey, and Egypt. They're already acting as intermediaries, passing messages. Even Pakistani flagged vessels, 10 as reported, was given as a gift through the Strait of Hormuz to the United States. So the meeting helps create a unified regional position. So when multiple influential, especially Muslim-majority countries come together, they can collectively pressure both sides to reduce tensions and move toward dialogue. And it also provides a neutral platform for negotiations, and it strengthens regional ownership of peace efforts instead of relying only on global powers that we've seen in the past, for like the European powers mainly on the negotiating table. So, and then Qatar taking the leading role. In short, the Islamabad meeting acts as a bridge between the U.S. and Iran, and the world is watching it very carefully in a meaningful way.
Now, finally, but most importantly, why do regional leaders believe pressure on Israel is connected to achieving broader stability with Iran?
Well, to be honest, Israel is the least trusted country when it comes to like keeping its word and keeping the ceasefire promises, as we have seen since the Gaza so-called ceasefire. More than 1,000 people, Palestinians, have been killed despite the ceasefire there. And then look at what they're doing in Lebanon. And then uh, they're pushing the U.S. to continue. That's been reported widely. So I think they have a very important role to play. And the world powers, especially the U.S., they have to influence Israel to just not continue violating the ceasefire deals and not dragging the rest of the world in this, because everybody, all the critics here say that even if the U.S. stops attacking Iran, there is no guarantee that Israel stops doing that. More than 72,000 Palestinians, as per the Gaza Health Ministry, have been killed so far um, since October 2023 by Israel inside Palestine. So their role is very important. If the world powers, these negotiating nations, if they can influence Israel, this war can end. Otherwise, it will have a very devastating effect. We can see the oil prices. Look at what's going on in Asia, and especially in Southeast Asia, and Europe now. The oil prices and the inflation as a result of this, and then Australia now in the grip of this. So it's going to take the whole world. The Houthis are ready now to jump in. So Israel has the key role to play to just obey the international laws.
Thank you so much for joining us. That was Mujibur Rahman.